I'm pleased to present to you today the governor of the great state of North Carolina, Pat McCrory.
Wow. Thanks very much. I see the best of North Carolina right in front of me on Main Street in Raleigh. The families that I'm looking at right now are the families that make North Carolina what it is today. I love those industries, those people, those entrepreneurs that make things, that build things, that produce things, that grow things, and that innovate things. This is what made North Carolina great, and it's going to make North Carolina even greater. I respect you. I love you. You're entrepreneurs. You're often not respected by those from the extreme groups that are trying to take your farms away from you and your business away from you, and we're going to fight for you right here in Raleigh. Now, I do need to let you know we've got a fight this weekend. I'm about to go to the Emergency Operations Center. I need to let you know we're about to have some bad rain and possible hurricane. We're going to give some updates the next 2 hours. And I'm going to give updates to the local and national media about what might be hitting North Carolina. But I need to let you know my number one concern right now are the farmers that can be impacted by the hard rain from the east to the Piedmont to the west. And we're going to be giving an update on this, but I just wrote some documentation, signed some official documents a few minutes ago, which will allow the farmers to overrule some of the current trucking regulations, so you can do any emergency items with your crops at this point in time, which would save your crops before the hard rains coming this weekend. So I want to let you know we're thinking about you right now. So one thing about your industry and other industries, especially in agriculture, is you can't control Mother Nature, right? But we got to deal with it. We got to deal with it and adapt to it. And we're going to do that. But one thing we can control are those people that are trying to assault your industry. And right now I need to let you know we're fighting the assault against your industry. We know you care for the environment. We know you respect the environment. You also respect the needs that we have that for food, for not only North Carolina, but for the rest of the world. And we have to respect that ability to feed the nation, right? We've got it doesn't come from nowhere. You've got to feed the world and feed the nation. So this is where we want to support your industry. One area that I want to communicate with you about is there's an assault on your industry coming out of Washington, D.C. right now. There are some new regulations. They call it the Clean Waters of America. But frankly, what it is, it's a takeover of the waters of North Carolina. We cannot let North Carolina waters become Washington, D.C. waters. These are North Carolina waters. And we understand the common sense regulations that we need for North Carolina better than Washington does. So I need your help to fight these regulations coming out of D.C. And have I got your support on that? Because we can't do it by ourselves. Let me also say to you this, is that I've got a man next to me, Senator Brent Jackson. He's a man who comes from the agricultural community and is a great voice, and he's a good friend of mine. He actually helps educate me. You know, I grew up in Jamestown, North Carolina, but most people know that I was a mayor in a little city down the road, right? So Brent Jackson is a great advisor to me regarding the agricultural community and some of the challenges that you have. And I'm proud that he and several others brought to me yesterday a farm bill. And I'm glad to say that I signed that farm bill as of last night. I'm so proud of Brent Jackson to help me lead that effort. I also want to let you know during the past 2 years to support your effort, the first thing we did was we repealed the estate tax, which was really impacting farmers. We want to allow you to transfer your farm to the next generation, especially in your family, and not have your family being punished for it. That's no longer exists in North Carolina, and the primary reason was for the farmers of North Carolina. You're such an important part of our state, not only in the past, the present, but in the future. I also want you to know that we've lowered your personal income tax, we've lowered any corporate taxes, and we've presented a new transportation formula which will help connect the farming communities were the major economic regions of this state and this nation, so you can get your product to and from the marketplace. And we know that's very important, especially at our ports at this point in time. We're finally putting refrigeration at our ports. How's that? That's good news at this point in time. And that's very, very important. But we could not have done it without Brent Jackson. And on behalf of the state of North Carolina, Brent, you were not able to be with me yesterday when I signed this bill at the mansion. You were probably recovering from not having any sleep. He was up till 4 o'clock in the morning the other night. So was I, by the way. I was just on the phone with all the legislators trying to negotiate bills. But Senator, without your strong support of the farm community, we wouldn't be here where we are today. We wouldn't have had a great piece of legislation that I did sign. So I'd like to give you the original piece of legislation that was ratified, and the Senate Bill 513. Y'all need to give a round of applause for Senator Brent Jackson.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you, folks. You know, those of you that know me, you know agriculture is a passion of mine, and I'm a first-generation farmer, and I understand what it takes to make it work out there today, and it's much different than it was many years ago. And the Farm Act, this is the third of a series we have done since I've been in Raleigh for 5 years. We'll continue to make it easier so you can do what you love doing, and I love doing, which is farming. So thank y'all for being here. Thank you for your support, and Governor, thank you for this.
We appreciate your work. Y'all work, and we appreciate it. We love you.
Governor, the president of the North Carolina Farm Bureau. The Farm Bureau is North Carolina's largest farm organization, and Larry Wooten serves every sector of agriculture in every one of our 100 counties. And we are so pleased for the support, Larry, that Farm Bureau is giving us and has given us. And thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Thank you, Ed Emery, and certainly thank you for organizing this rally here today. I want to thank the governor for his support of hog farming, but more importantly, I want to thank the governor of this state for his support of agriculture, the #1 industry. The governor realizes that. Let's give him a hand. Folks, I meet with him, we meet with him. He doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk when it comes to agriculture, and he said it time after time. Agriculture is leading and will continue to lead the Carolina comeback, and he does, and he believes that, so thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here today. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud North Carolina Farm Bureau is proud to be a part of the farm family's effort. This is a good effort. And I'm proud to be here to represent you, not when we talk about pork farming, hog farming, agriculture. It's more than that. It's about the farm families and the communities that you represent. More importantly, North Carolina Farm Bureau is proud of the hard work that you do to accomplish and what you contribute to the well-being of your family and what you contribute to the economy of the state of North Carolina. We're proud of that. We should be. I'm proud of it. You ought to be proud of what you do. But what I'm tired of, I'm proud, but I'm tired. I just arrived back last night from leading a delegation of 28 farm agribusiness leaders from Cuba. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, they don't have the abundance and the bounty of food and fiber that we have here in this country. They don't have the strong agricultural leadership. They don't have the strong support that we have in this country. But what I am tired of, I'm tired of the constant attacks on you and your families from third-party lawsuits. I'm tired of the harassment by out-of-state lawyers. I'm tired of the harassment. I'm tired of the harassment by animal rights extremists and other groups that are trying to destroy, not just talking about destroying an industry. When they talk about destroying an industry, they're talking about destroying you, your families, and your livelihoods. I'm tired of the vindictive attacks from which you, as honest, hardworking, God-fearing people, I'm tired of those attacks that you constantly have to defend yourself from. We at Farm Bureau, at North Carolina Farm Bureau, many of you are Farm Bureau members. And Farm Bureau members all across this state are well aware of, and we understand the stress and the financial hardship that these attacks and this harassment places on you. Holding this rally today and standing in unison here to show support for the hard-working families on the grounds of our state capitol. We have that right to be here in support of our industry, to have our governor here. I think, ladies and gentlemen, and North Carolinians, is totally appropriate. I thank again the governor for being here, for his showing and his understanding of how difficult these days have been for you. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be one of you, and I'm proud of what you do. And North Carolina Farm Bureau is proud to be standing in unison with the farm family's effort in this state. I would ask you today to continue to stand firm, provide income for yourselves, your families, support jobs in your communities, and most importantly, let's support prosperity in rural North Carolina. Ed, Governor, thank you for holding this rally here today. We're proud to be here, and rest assured that North Carolina Farm Bureau is proud to be on the same team with all of you. Thank you very much.
Nobody works harder than Deborah Johnson and her staff in making sure that North Carolina pork is growing and is protected. Deborah, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Ed, and thank you, Mr. Governor, for being here. I also want to thank my Senator, Brent Jackson, for being here as well. Thanks to each of you for making the trip to Raleigh today. I know that you had to leave work behind and you had to come in some damp weather, but we appreciate it. Now, it's a special day for a lot of reasons, but one reason it's special is because today's October 1, and it's National Pork Month officially today. So National Pork Month is going to be celebrated for the entire month of October throughout the country. We'll be celebrating the great pork products that you produce, but also you as farmers. Right now, as we are here today, meeting here, a farm family, the Taylor family from Lenore County, is in a courtroom just 2 blocks from here. They're in court because they're being sued by the Waterkeeper Alliance, a group based in New York City that would like to see our hog farms put out of business. The Waterkeeper Alliance has been after the Taylor farm now for more than 4 years. And if you don't know their story, you can go to the farm family's website and you can see a video about their plight. The Waterkeeper lawsuit has cost the Taylor family more than $600,000. You heard that right, $600,000. In fact, the Taylors had to declare bankruptcy. They're in bankruptcy court now. And the Waterkeeper Alliance still won't stop. And here's the worst part. The lawsuit is over things that happened on the farm before the Taylors even bought it. The Taylors have worked hard to do things right and try to correct the problems they inherited. But that's not good enough for the Waterkeepers. It's not enough that they drove the family into bankruptcy. It's not enough that the lawsuit and the harassment have done untold damage to the family's health and happiness. Apparently, it's not enough until they drive the Taylors completely out of business. And you know that could happen to any farm family in North Carolina, and that's wrong. And so that's why the Pork Council is here today. That's why Farm Bureau is here today and other friends like us. And we're standing here with you and with North Carolina farm families. We believe it's time to stand up. We believe it's time to speak out. We believe it's time to speak the truth. It's time to fight back for our farms, our families, and our way of life. Ed, I want to thank you and North Carolina farm families for what you're doing. We're proud to stand with you, and we're even more proud to fight with you. Again, thank you all for coming.